Good morning. How are you doing today, guys?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
So
Yeah,
good. How
good.
about you? How are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing fine. Well, thank you for joining our class today, and I hope that everything will be fine. Yeah. Well, everybody, because some of you didn't attend the first meeting of this class, let me remind you about the Semester Learning Teaching Plan, or the RPS, of this class for this semester. This course comprises 16 meetings, including the midterm test and the final test. You can see the detail for each topic of each meeting in the RPS. What is this course about? And what is the course outcome? This course provides you with the knowledge, the concepts, and the theories about translation and interpretation so that you can solve any problems related to translation and interpretation. Briefly speaking, by the end of this course, you are expected to have competence to do a validation on academic translation, use computer-assisted translation tools, become professional translators and interpreters, and build a translating and interpreting startup. This is for your business someday in the future. All the classroom activities are carried out through the ways of Taman Siswa teachings, and all the classroom activities are on the learner-centered basis. This means that you must be very active and very interactive during the learning teaching process, both with your classmates when doing the individual or uh, group work activities, and with your lecturer when discussing each topic in each meeting. More details of the assessment types and other related points can be seen in the RPS. Well, everybody, this is only a reminder for you. And now let's get started with our today's topic. The learning outcome of today's topic is that you can analytically review the appropriate use of tenses when translating academic text, as discussed in our previous meeting. Besides, you can analyze and implement the steps of translating a text, an academic text, with translation tools. Okay, before we move on, before we move to the new topic today, I'd like to go back to our previous topic. Do you remember our topic in the previous meeting? It was about
Yeah,
tenses, right? Yeah, Mas Alek?
yeah, I still remember it is about the translating, document translating.
Okay, yeah. Specifically, the use of tenses, yeah. The use of tenses in translating an academic text like article or journal article, yeah. So in this case, if you still remember what I presented in the previous meeting, every part of an article has specific tense. Like, for example, in the research method or in chapter 3, yeah, if you are writing a thesis, the tense is mostly in past tense because it is related to what we did in the past when we collected the data and so on. Yeah. Well, that's what we learned in the last meeting, and today our topic is related to the use of translating tools. Okay, before we move to the next meeting, uh, have you ever used a translating tool when you want to translate an academic text or a journal article?
Of course.
Okay, how about the
Yes,
others?
sir.
Sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
I do.
Yeah,
Right.
yes, we
Okay.
do.
Okay. Mbak Mbak Galuh, what translating tools have you ever used when you want to translate a text?
Mostly I use Google Translate,
Google
but
Translate.
recently I try Quillbot.
Oh, so is a Killbot a translating tool or a paraphrasing tool?
I think both.
Oh, okay. All right then. How about the others, Mbak Mala? What translating tools have you ever used?
Same with Mbak Galuh, sir. I use Quillbot too.
Oh, the other tools?
Uh, Mostly Google Translate, but I do not use it anymore, sir, because Google Translate is not accurate for me.
I see. So what
Quill
do you use then?
Quillbot, sir. Quillbot,
Ah,
we can paraphrase, we can take a summarize, and then we can also translate some
translate.
text,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. All right. And how about the others? So you only know the what's it, Google Translate and Killboard, or are there any other translating tools? Okay. All right then. Now, how about the steps of translating with translating tools? Uh, could you please tell me the steps if you know how to translate the text? Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, Mas Alek.
Yeah, of course, yeah, we have to know about that. The first thing that we have to select the document, right? And
Mm,
also we put some paragraph into the translating tools, and then we have to editing and paraphrase the result of the translating tools.
all right,
But
great.
sometimes that if the result of the paragraph translating is not correctly, so we have to translating by word or by sentence like that.
Okay. Mbak Rani, do you want to add something?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. All right then. Well, thank you for the answers. Let's have a look at the topic today. Yeah. Okay. Let me share the file. Can you see the screen now?
Indeed, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Right. So this is our topic today. Yeah, translating steps with translation tools. Yeah. Okay. Well, when we want to use the translating tools in translating text, particularly an academic text, okay, there are some steps that we need to pay attention to, or that we need to consider, so that the result of the translating will be very good, or we can produce quality translation. Yeah. Okay, first, the first step is scoping out the manuscript, or scoping out the text. What should we do here? Yeah. What can we do here in scoping out the text? Yeah. The first one is to see the length or to know the length of the text. How many pages are there in the text, and then is it difficult or not? Besides, to know the style, is it formal or informal? I mean, the text, is it formal text or informal text? Yeah. The next point that we need to, or we want to know in this first step is to see the terminology, to find out the words or terms so that we can understand whether or not the terms used in the text are difficult or not, particularly the ones that we might not know well. Yeah. Say, for example, when we are from English department and we want to translate text related to medical text, the terms might be uncommon for us. Yeah. So that's the purpose of scoping out the text to see the the terminology. The fourth point is to know the field in which the text is sourced from. Yeah. In this case, is it a text, I mean, low text or economy or language and so on. The next point is to to see the level of difficulty of the text. This is very important because the more difficult the text, the longer time that a translator needs to translate the text. Yeah. So if we see from the beginning that the text is very difficult, we can talk to the client about the time we spend to translate. Say, for example, do we need 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days to translate the text? Well, it depends on the length, the difficulty of the text. Yeah. In this case, it is also related to the time. Yeah. That we need. Next, it is also important for us to whether we need to read related information or not, like references or what's it more information from the internet, yeah, so that we can translate the text easily, yeah. And also to know the deadline. And the last one is the context. These are some points that are badly needed, yeah, to be scoped out at the beginning, yeah, before we do the translation. Yeah. Next, after scoping out the text, yeah, the next step is uh, doing the initial translation. Okay, there are some steps here that we can use. The first one is cut the text into phrases. So if the sentence is very long and very difficult, we can cut the text, yeah, into phrases. The second one is splitting up sentences into translatable units. Yeah. In this case, it should be in line with the subject-verb agreement, the tenses, and so on. Yeah. Okay, so we cut the sentences into translatable units, translatable parts. Yeah. Then after that, we can roughly start translating the text. Yeah. What if the text is very long? Let's say that you have was it a 10 page text. Yeah. If you put the text into the translating tool, yeah, avoid putting the text, I mean the whole text in the translating tool. Yeah. Because if we ask the tool to translate the whole document, I mean the 10-page document, the result will be not good. Yeah. So what if the text is very long? Yeah. If it is a long text, these are some points that we can consider when we input the text into the translating tool. Yeah. The first one is to cut the text into paragraphs. So let's say in one page, yeah, we cut the text in the one page into paragraphs, and then each paragraph is put into the translating tool. Yeah. Let's say that the result of translating one paragraph is still bad. Yeah, if the result is still bad, we cut the paragraph into sentence. So each sentence is translated in the text. But sometimes very long and difficult sentences, because of some uncommon terms in the sentence, cannot be translated well by the tool, by the translating tool. When this happens, we can cut the sentence into the clause. Yeah. And if the result is still bad, well, we cut the clause into the phrase, and then let's say that some phrases, some terms are still very difficult to get good result. Yeah. We translate into a single word. Yeah. This is the last one. And then the last point, and this is very important, is that make sure that the source language is in grammatically correct sentences. In this case, for example, if you translate a text from Indonesian into English, make sure that the Indonesian language should be, the text should be written in well or standard Indonesian language, or vice versa. Let's say that you want to translate a text from English into Indonesian, make sure that the text in the English version is grammatically correct. Written in standard grammar. Because any errors in the source language will impact the result of the translation when we finish translating the text into the target language. Right. The third step is reviewing the translation accuracy. So after we do the translation, yeah, we review the result. What should we do here? The first one is we compare the result and the source text. The good point is that when you translate with the translating tool, there are two sides. Yeah, one side is the source text, and then the other side is for the result. So we can compare. Yeah. In the comparison here, yeah, we check the language accuracy. Sometimes, the result of the translation with the translating tool or the translation tool is not that accurate. And this is the time or the opportunity for us as a translator to check the language accuracy, to revise the language accuracy. Next, it aims to make sure the translator doesn't miss the content or misinterpret the meaning. The most important point here is not only the the language but also the meaning. Yeah. So here in the reviewing part here, it is very important for a translator to avoid misinterpreting the meaning. And then the next one, the last one, is to improve the wording. Yeah. Sometimes the sentence is too wordy, and then we need to revise, yeah, to improve the wording. Next, the last one, the next step is leaving the translation for a while. Keep the translation, yeah, for a while. Why? Yeah, to give us as a translator time, for what? Yeah, to clear our mind and see again the result later. So we put it away for a while, and then later on we come back and we see the translation result. Yeah. Okay. Number 5, yeah, refining the wording of the translation. Yeah, in this step, we need to reread, yeah, and then without looking back at the source document, but read the result, yeah, okay. And here, the translator focuses solely on the quality of expressions, the quality of the sentence, the quality of the translation, and then we do the final editing and polish the translation before we decide that this is the final product of my translation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all about the brief presentation of today's topic. And now, if you have questions, feel free to ask me, please.
Actually, I have a question for you, sir.
Mbak Ayu, yeah. Please, Mbak Ayu.
Yes, my name is Ayu, sir. I was wondering, sir, how the accuracy of translation using translation tool actually, because we know that sometimes and somehow translation tool have weaknesses in translating, sir, right? So
Okay.
how about the accuracy of the translation tool, sir?
Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. That's a good question, I think. Okay. About the accuracy, yeah, the accuracy of the text, yeah. Okay. You know, even though there are some translating tools that are, very good, but there is no guarantee that the result of the translating is very good. In this case, the role of a translator, the human translator, is still badly needed to check the accuracy. So what I mean here is that we cannot depend too much on the translating tool to produce a quality translation. Yeah, we as translator, human translator, still need to check the accuracy. That's what we call is what's it the involvement of human translator. Yeah, so there is no guarantee, but Ayu, yeah, and then we as a translator, human translator, still need to check to edit, yeah, before we finalize the translation.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
it. So the point is that we still have to check manually, sir, right?
Yeah, yeah, you are
Okay.
right. Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Any other questions?
Sir, may I?
Yeah. Okay, Mbak Galuh, yeah.
Can we use AI tools to translate?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, the rapid development of AI right now is, very helpful, yeah, for us, yeah, including in the field of translation, yeah. Before the AI, yeah, uh, we only know the translating tools like Google Translate and some other conventional tools. Yeah, but now AI really helps us. Yeah, uh, when we want to translate a text. Yeah. Okay, so to answer your question, definitely yes. Yeah, we can use AI because there are some types of AI that we can use to translate a text. Yeah, that's what I know in my best practice in translating Bagalu. Thank you for the question. So maybe next time we need to explore more how to use AI to translate and to proofread the translation result. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Next
sir.
questions, please. Any other questions? Oh, Mbak Mala.
Sir?
Yeah, Mbak Mala.
Yes, sir. I want to I want to know, maybe from your opinion, sir, which one is more accurate, sir? Because you have explained that we can use translating tool, and then also we can translate by ourselves, right, sir? Which one is more accurate? Translating using human translator, or we have used the translating tool like the AI one, sir? Thank you. Just that's all, sir.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Well, actually, it depends on the quality of the human translator. Yeah, if he is really, I mean, an expert in translating, I mean, his competence is much better than the AI. Yeah, of course, the result will be much better. But to my experience, AI or translating tools are much faster and much better. Yeah. I mean the result. But uh, for me, I use both. So I use translating tools. I also use AI to translate the text, and then some grammar tools like Grammarly, or there are some other AI types, yeah, that we can use to standardize the grammar in our translating. So, Mbak Mala, for me, I use both human translator and tool translator or AI to translate, and then I edit and I check. So the result will be, well, at least, yeah, 99% is good. Yeah. Okay, that's what I can say. Any more questions? If not, let me continue to the next part. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so before we end the session, let me summarize what we have discussed today. So, briefly speaking, we have discussed the steps of what's it? Translating a text, an academic text. Yeah. The most important point is that when after we use a translating tool to translate the text, yeah, we need to finalize the text. Yeah, I mean the translation before we give the uh, result to the client and then get the money. Yeah, earn the money. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for your assignment, we have a text here, two paragraph text, a two paragraph text to be translated into English. I'll upload this assignment in our LMS Cipedar. Yeah, so you can access the text from the LMS and then submit the result before our meeting next week. Yeah. Any questions related to this
Alright, sir.
assignment? No questions. Okay. If you have no more questions, I think that's all for today. And thank you very much for your time. See you again next meeting. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
See
sir.
you.
Thank you.